What's up, gamers? What's up, gamers? We're ready. We're good to go. I'm ready to play some RuneScape, you know? Alrighty. Should we get started? Should we boot up that treadmill? So I did some, RuneScape's been updated. I did some training last night post-stream. I did a little bit of pickpocketing and one herb run, and then I went and parked at Crab. So we got some levels. We got 3 defense levels because I forgot to grab an Ava's device. I was going to train ranged, but alas, forgot my Ava's. Oopsie. Couldn't go get it because I was already parked at Crab before I realized. So I did melee instead because I was right next to the Crab. My plan was if I ran out of bolts, I could just switch to melee, but still got all my bolts. Haha. Wait, I'm on the wrong user. Let me relaunch that. Got a water softener installed today, and I think the water's off a little bit. Tastes a little funky, but it's aight. Okay, relaunching RuneLite now through the plugin, and I need to pop out my chats too. Yo. Okay, we got the chats. And I need to activate the YouTube chat. Just listening, still working. No worries, Shifty. No worries. Hope you're doing good though. Hope work is going good. I need to figure out a better monitor setup because let me just shuffle my monitors around while we're still starting. But I feel like I constantly lean to the left while I'm gaming now because the main monitor, my desk is a little too narrow to fit my monitor directly in front of me, so I feel like I lean to the left to compensate, and my right leg was a little more, or my left leg was a little more sore than, yeah, this is still a little off center, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with it, but maybe I just get a nice mic or a monitor stand. That was something I was looking into. Okay, this is better, I think. Cool. Starting that tready. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of seeds planted yesterday, just like random junk. Like 2 Cadentines, 2 Quorms, 2 Aventos, 2 Snapdragons. It's gonna make this farm run that we do right now a little funky. But oh, I did not want to drop Rada's Blessing. There we go. Start off at the farming guild, I guess. Yeah, ready for an herb run. I am still a little sore from yesterday because we did 2 chambers and I haven't done a run in a while. So don't think I'm going to start off running tonight, but we'll run for the last herb run of the night. I also went 10 miles yesterday, even though we didn't... Wait, was it yesterday? I don't remember. We went a long ways yesterday though. I think it was like 10 miles on stream, and then I did another like 2 or 3 post stream. So yeah, our inventory is gonna be quite full for this herb run. Unfortunate, but I really need to go finish barbarian farming, because that would let me not carry a seed dibber, and that would keep one inventory spot clear. Maybe I have finished it. Have I finished it? I don't know. Okay, next spot we're going, Mori. I'm gonna tweak my camera a little bit. I just got these nice, cool new what are they called? The orbs. The floating orbs. I don't know what to call them. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera. Does that look good? I think that's good. I want the camera to be lined up with the inventory. That's good, right there. And then gotta do it on YouTube now too. That's good. That's pretty good, right? Sick. Yeah, that's better. That's sweet. I feel like that's a good setup. And then I can move these little floating orbs over just a wee bit, right? Line them up with the camera. They look good right there. That looks sweet. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh. But yeah, I'm so close to the herb level that we need. So I'm hoping maybe, I don't know, not that many more herb runs, and we should be good. But I have been meaning to do we have been doing crab, and I'm hoping to slam through my combat really quick. We got 3 defense levels today, but I know that'll slow down. But the thing too is I could very much optimize it. I don't have a strength amulet on, and that would do wonders for my DPS. Same with just getting Barrow's gloves and then climbing boots. Those are all easy upgrades that I could just go grab really easy. Same with and Nezi helm. I can just buy all that pretty much. The strength amulet's probably the hardest one, but it's really not that bad. But that would boost my DPS by quite a bit. Boost my max hit at least. And then that makes my XP a lot better. So hopefully we can get through the levels. I got 500k strength XP in one day when I was just super focused on it. But I'm hoping to buy just a ton of bolts for this weekend. Maybe buy like 20k because I'm not going to be super busy this weekend. I have family in town, so I'll be spending time with, well, the in-laws' families are in town. So we'll be spending time up there. But I can definitely do crab while I'm there. Easy AFK combat. So okay, next spot. RD. I unfortunately yesterday while we're doing our thieving dropped the RD cape. I needed just a smidge more weight reduction because I only have 5 kilos in the backpack and I don't have an easy 1 kilo weight lying around to add to it. So I just dropped the RD cape to save us a kilo. Dude, we're almost 1750 total level though. Like, that's some good stuff. That's some real good stuff. Let me double check the XP bagged as well. Denver is sick, a little big, too big of a city compared to my comfy Balti, but dope. 30 minutes away from any direction, and you have mountains. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty sweet. Like the Rockies anyway. I live out in the Rockies. I'm not too far from you. I'm a ways, but yeah, I love the Rockies. They're nice. Grew up here. I do wish I was closer to a beach, but they're pretty nice. Oh, I was gonna check the looting bag real quick. As a city boy, it was odd that it was hard to breathe. Yeah, that's fair. And then you go hiking. I don't know if you hike a lot, but you go hiking and you no ads again. You got the ads again. I'm sorry, airplane. But yeah, we did Chief Mountain. Trees and fresh air. Is it altitude? Chief Mountain. That sounds fun. Chief Mountain, Colorado. Yo, that's a pretty... No. No, William. I've never heard... You've never chatted. I'm pretty sure if you don't respond, I'm pretty sure you're a bot. Are you a bot, senor? Then did ATVs another place. Yeah, altitude I wasn't used to. Gotcha. How do I delete this message? Just delete one message. I'm just gonna ban him. He's a bot. There we go. Oh, rip. I picked Ardone and I haven't picked Cadentines yet. So it's one more herb in the inventory. We've got so many herbs in the inventory now. Yeah, they're real Discord accounts. See, this is another one. Hey, Josh Buzz. Are you a bot? If not, 35 stream streak. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, we get a follower? Did we get a follower? Who followed? We hit 250 followers, though. That's a big number. That's a big number. Let's go. I'm pretty sure it's a bot airplane. It's fine. Shifty, the mountain that you just said, Chief Mountain, that's a pretty out overlook. Okay, where to next? Catherby? Catherby. It was nice because it was 3 miles, but I was was like taking stairs for 3 miles. Oh yeah, that how big's the? Oh, 1,000 feet of elevation gain. Yeah, that's a decent amount. My coworkers are waking up early to do one called Timpanogos. Google that one. They're going to the Timpanuki Trail. It's a super pretty one, but it's 14 miles and 5,000 feet of elevation gain, or 4,500 feet of elevation gain. I've done it before. I've done it 4 times, but they're doing it on a Wednesday at 2 a.m. and then they're going to work after. What? I don't think a lot of them are going to work. I think a lot of them are actually just taking the day off. And that would be fun, but I think I'd rather use my PTO doing something else. I'd rather run 14 miles on the treadmill, to be honest. Going before work. They're going before work at 2 a.m. You don't even get to sleep before. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, it would be fun, but not for me, for sure. How was Hillary Duff? That's who you went out there to see, right? Bro, I need to get me a pet out. We've been doing skilling for too long and I don't have a pet. Like, come on. I guess I'm in a death pile soon and it will just disappear back to Artie though, so that's the problem with UIM pets. Dope. I didn't grow up listening to your songs, but she does have some bangers. That's good. That's good. I don't know that I've listened to much of her. I should pop her on some stream sometime. Girlfriend Had a Brass knew every song. That's good. I'm glad she had fun. That's good. I was on merch duty to wait in line and grab stuff. Yeah, sometimes those lines are killer. They sold out of both merch tents? Yo, that's crazy. Everything? That's nuts. That's crazy. No stickers, no shirts, no nothing. That's nuts. $45 a shirt. They made bank. Holy cow. Yeah, that's good for them, but whoa. Okay, Troll Stronghold is it. And then we're good to go to LMS and store all this junk I have in my inventory. Sitting at 73k herb XP in the bag. So that's a decent amount. That'll be good. Yep, no worries. I'm very excited to start being able to do PVM on this account. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to break into that PVM. I haven't quite figured out what we're gonna do for food yet. But probably cheesy potatoes, which means I need like 2 more levels in the house for the jewelry box. If I can get the jewelry box slammed out, then I'll have pretty much unlimited teleports to the to Berthorpe. And then we can just pick up cheesy potatoes. Pineapple pizzas heal 22, I guess. Warriors Guild. Wait, where do I get pineapple? Are pineapple pizzas? Can I get those from the Warrior Guild? No. Can I get plain pizzas though? Yeah, I can. I don't know that I want to. I guess I could. I can note pineapple though, huh? So maybe that's something I do. Seems like it would be kind of a pain. So I don't know that I'll do that. I'll probably just buy cheesy potatoes. I don't know that I really want to. I guess I could note. What I could do is buy like a ton of pineapples and note them. I can buy them in Brimhaven from the charter ship, World Hop, and then note them at the Tool Leprechaun that's nearby. That wouldn't be too bad. But you eat them over 2 ticks, and that kind of sucks. So, womp womp. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to go get an Ava's device now. Because I don't need a lot of inventory space to do Mastering Mixology tonight. Quickest way of getting there, though. Let's just go Artie, grab a cape, then go through Fairy Ring, I guess. There's a Fairy Ring near the Wizard's Tower. We'll tell you there. So I've only had my ears pierced for a little over a year. And I don't know what's going on, but they hurt really bad right now. At least this one does. I thought it yesterday it was like from the headphones and wearing earrings at the same time. Does these headphones pinch my head a little bit more than I'm used to? But I don't think it is now. So, probably gonna clean those out really good post-stream and then go from there. But just keep them really clean. Okay. Oh, 2 pints is back here. I wonder what other food I could get. I know I can get I can buy sharks in dang it, I just farm teleported. I can buy sharks in what's the place? Canifus. You can just buy them there. But that's pretty expensive. I can also just buy Karambwans. But again, that's also pretty expensive. And oh, I need to go to Varrock before I go to Draenor. I need steel arrows for the Avis device. But yeah, buying sharks and Karambwans is pretty expensive. Maybe I try Temporos for noted food. That doesn't seem like a super efficient way of getting it. I have thought about just storing fish in the ship cargo hold. That wouldn't be too bad. It's something I could do post-stream, and I could even do it away from treadmill, because I could just fish a bunch of... Well, it's like kind of away from treadmill, right? Because I'd have to... I think they fill up your inventory, and then I'd have to deposit them in the cargo hold. But it's a little bit of walking, not a lot at all. Yo, Zales, how are you doing? Is Zales in here? Celebrating my 1-year mod anniversary. Yo, let's go. Thank you for the sub, and congrats, dude. 1 year. It's been 1 year. The account is 1 year old this weekend. I feel like I have to do something special on Friday. So maybe get a cake. Do I get a cake? I think we get a cake to celebrate. But yeah, pretty cool. I feel like I've gone a long way in a year. 1,000 miles. I got this last year's been full of stuff. Got a new job. Bake a cake on the treadmill. Yo, that would actually be such a funny stream, Zales. That would actually be funny. Maybe I should do that. Bake a cake, play RuneScape, and be on the treadmill. All while wearing a chef's hat, right? Wonder how fast Amazon will give me a chef's hat. I really need to work on the plugin where subs speed up the treadmill. 1,000 miles is huge. I'm so pumped for all you've done and how much farther you're going to go. Dude, we're getting into the PVM. Did I show you the stat? Look at the stats. We're freaking 2 herb lores levels away and 1 construction level away. And I've started to do crab. So my combat stats are getting bumped up there. A little bit. I did 5 strength levels in a day. I'm hyped, dude. I'm pumped. So yeah, we did in the last year, we've accomplished over 1,000 miles. Total level 750. By the time we hit this weekend, it will be 750. I'm sure of it. Mage Cape 2 on treadmill win. We're gonna do that pretty soon. That's for sure. Had a baby, so that was pretty cool. Got a new job. Moved into my own place. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened this year. So I haven't, like I said, I've multiple times, I haven't streamed as consistently as I wanted, but that's okay. That was my first year streaming. Of course there's going to be bumps. We're coming back at it this year. We're going to be on it. This is where stuff gets good. The account is finally getting to a spot where I can do the good stuff. We got all of our skilling chores done. Well, not all of it. Herb lore is still going to be something I'm going to have to work on quite a bit. I think I'm going to do skilling Saturdays. And on Saturdays, we'll do the majority of our skilling. I'll probably need to do herb runs post-stream every now and then. And like pickpocketing. Maybe I'll like switch off post-stream pickpocket and post-stream herb run. I've thought about doing herb runs at work. They have treadmill desks. And I could do herb walks at work, right, while I'm working. It's super not click intensive, especially if I have a clean inventory. So that could be something I could do as long as I can clean out my inventory. I could do a bunch of herb runs at work during the day. It does mean I probably won't be AFKing, but devices. Oh, does she sell steel arrows? She does. I don't need to go to Varrock. I'll be back later. No worries, Ales. Okay, we got our accumulator. We're still underweight. Let's go to LMS, store all this junk. Let's see, I want to store the Quarms, the Catentines, the Aventos, the Snappies. I want to store everything but the Harlanders. Okay, LMS time. Oh, LMS is... So I was thinking about it, and I was like, why do I need a Ring of Dueling? I don't really need one, right? But the pool space at LMS restores stats. I don't know if I can get a pool space in the house for a while that restores stats. Okay, want to check again the XP in the bag now. Okay, we went up 10k. We're at 83k in the bag. That's pretty sweet. Let's go do Mastering Mixology. Here's our hydration checkpoint too. Stay wet, gamers. I don't know how many of you have seen this shirt that I'm wearing, but I'm super proud of it. So it's a spray paint shirt. My family did, we do like spray paint shirts or like tie-dye shirts every year for the 4th of July. I made this one a couple years ago, and I'm super proud of this one. It's your favorite NPC from RuneScape. We got Gnome Child. I made a stencil and spray painted Gnome Child on this baby. And then on the back, let me see if I can walk backwards. I can't do it. It says 07 on the back in numbers. But yeah, super sick. Super proud of this Gnome Child. Man, I probably shouldn't have planted the Aventos because I'm going to be out of herbs here soon. Stay backwards, walking stream win. Statsby, welcome in. Someone had a big idea for birthday stream, actually. Zale said I should bake a cake on the treadmill. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good one. So maybe we get a treadmill baking stream? Imagine spilling egg on the treadmill, though. I might see if I can set that up. That sounds like a really good idea, honestly. I need to check my age of the account. If I'd passed it, it's okay if I pass it by a little bit, right? But okay. Got 1,000 blue paste. It's fine, I guess. See how far it carries us. But yeah, we're close. We didn't quite get 67 last night. Sorry, 68. But that XP is looking good. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the XP calculator real quick. So I have 80. So 1 second. In the herb bag, I have 84,000 herb lore XP. So 73,627 minus 84,000. At 653,000. So I still need 70k herb lore XP, which is a little unfortunate. I don't know if we'll get there. We'll probably get there if I do 2 more herb runs tonight and then 2 more tomorrow, I guess. We could probably get there. So 4 more herb runs. I'm guessing with what pace we have here. It might be more than that, but I need to make sure that the yeah, it looks like everything in the XP calc was calculated correctly. Most of it's just potions. So we're coming down to the last little bit. 70k XP away. That's sick. How you doing tonight, Satsby? Hope you're good. I thought of the perfect song for our Chambers raids, by the way. Let me toss it on here. Okay, skipping the song. This is the perfect song for our Chambers raids. Good old gorillas. Turn it up just a titch. This sums up all of our Chambers raids. I should stop with this. I'm not paying close enough attention to get the bonus. And then when we get a purple, every time we hit the white light, I should listen to the song. And then we get the purple, we can listen to Purple Haze. Pretty good day. Went to dinner with my brother and saw my niece. Nice. In a raid right now, and yeah, this song is perfect. Yeah, it's like sadly perfect though. I wonder if there's a song called Purple Light. It doesn't look like there is. But Purple Haze is a good one. I'm gonna toss that on the queue. We'll listen to that next. Okay, cool. Glad you could go out to dinner with your brother. That sounds sick. You streaming right now? Stickman streaming. Stickman streaming to 30 viewers. What a gamer, though. Doesn't look like he's AFKing, which is okay, but hoping to get him back on the RuneScape grind here soon. Get him into some chambers on Tuesdays with us. I'll never understand Destiny. Destiny is for shooters, a speedrunner's wet dream, I think. He said he ran out of membership and would bond back up at the end of the month. Gotcha. Bond back up? Or like just get it back up? Pay for it with RuneScape gold? I guess when you got that streamer GP, right? Sub. Gotcha. He got that streamer gold. Just make your viewers pay for your membership. That's the way to do it. Be like, oh, I'm poor. Look at my GP stack. And then buy bonds with it. That's why I play an Iron Man, though. Money goes right back to stream. Right into the fancy camera that I need. I don't actually need a super fancy camera, but that is what I should buy next. Maybe monitor stands. That would be really, really nice. What? Bro. I thought I finished it. So we got about 40 minutes before the next herb run. I don't know if our current stack of paste will make it through it. So I'm trying to figure out what we do. I really don't want to train construction with this full of an inventory. We could always death. We should take him to BA for torso. True. Tucker should help us out with that. We can do me, you, Because I still don't have my torso, honestly. That would be an upgrade for me, which is crazy, but I should do it. So we should go get me a torso and then get one for Stick, and then we can have you and Tucker. Because Tucker was a BA clan for a while. Or I could do it on this account and get penance gloves. Because I still need to do penance gloves. That's what I'd probably do. Because penance gloves are BIS for this account. So good. Sad that I have to trade Barrow's gloves for him, but it's fine. It's crazy to me that herbs, I just realized this, herbs grow in 30 minutes, like intervals. If you hit the timing right, then you skip like 30 minutes of time. Because my herb that I planted at the farming guild is done 30 minutes. 30? No, 40 minutes. 40 minutes sooner than any of the other ones. Forty minutes is wild. Not too worried about our farming level. We've gotten pretty darn high. Just I think we've gotten 2 levels just off doing herb runs and stuff, which is pretty nice. And I'm sure that we'll get so much more. 4 20-minute intervals? Weird. Why is it done 40 minutes sooner than any of the other ones? That's funky. Wonder what happened there. Sometimes farm tracker glitches, especially when you plant it on mobile. Interesting. I'm gonna take the later time. I think we'll have enough pace to stay there till then anyway, so we go through it pretty slow. I thought for sure when we started with our huge stack of herbs that it was gonna last a lot longer than it did. I didn't think I would go through so much. Let me check the Mastering Mixology rewards real quick. I want to see if there's anything that's worth buying. I can't remember. I think the full set of rewards. One second. Sorry. The full set of, I don't know what to call it, the full outfit. Alchemist's outfit. We have enough of the blue points. We don't have enough green or red, though. But the goggles give a 10% chance to save a secondary ingredient. And you need the whole outfit to benefit from it. Wait, no. So item can be stormed as part unable. Okay, so the goggles might be worth taking out. Do I have any secondaries that I really care about? Maybe... I think I buy the goggles when I... There's actually one way I'm thinking we can store the goggles. I want to try it, but I think I buy the goggles when I can make range potions, because getting Wines of Zamorak is a pain. Although maybe we could do, let me check Grapes of Zamorak. Beloga's Blessing can be purchased for 20 points. And then I can grow grapes and so in order to unlock the ability to grow grapes, I need to wear a Zamorak item and no other god affiliated items. And then pay 75k. And then I can start doing that. Once I can grow those grapes, I can just grow them. It won't be that much. Won't be that bad. Grape seeds, though. Where do I get grape seeds? Can I just purchase those? 2 points. So it's 22 points. It's 22 points for... I don't know what the yield is. Oh, I just had it pulled up. Zamorak grapes yield. With magic secateurs at level 72, I get 8. Ooh, that's pretty garbage. So I'll probably want the goggles for ranging potions. So I should start saving. I should save up those points. It's only a 10% increase, but 10% less time I have to spend at Tide Farm is probably worth it. I really shouldn't worry about farming XP then, because I'm probably going to be spending a lot of time at Tide Farm for points anyway. If the main way I'm getting Wines of Zamorak is from Tide Farm. I'm going to look up the sources of Wines of Zamorak. There's got to be a good one. Right? Right? Maybe not, but... Calvite Queen? Lit. Not doing that one. Calvarian drops 35 noted at a 125 if I want to go to the Weldy. Yeah, there's really actually not. Serb drops 15 occasionally. But if I'm doing Serb for ranging potions, I think some is kind of... That's already a red flag. Oh, I could do Nex. I could do Nex for ranging for Wines of Zamorak. Yeah, not doing that. The Mimic drops them, but again, if I'm doing the Mimic for Wines of Zamorak, it's kind of crappy. I guess I can just telegrab them, but that seems bad. Seems pretty awful having to run back and forth from the temple. would be pretty awful. Especially because I can't bank them, so I would just have to use them as I get them, which would be fine, I guess. But yeah, Wines of Zamorak are going to be a problem. That's okay. We'll solve that problem when we get to it. All the NPCs in Canifis actually drop them, but at a 1 in 256, so that's almost just as bad as running the Chaos Temple. Trying to think of any other roadblocks we're gonna run into. Food, we can just do cheesy potatoes. After we're done with song, we'll grind out a couple construction levels with the plank sack and trying to decide what level I want to get to. I guess I could just do 2 levels, right? Like that won't be too bad. But because I think if I grind out 2 levels, I can boost for the jewelry box. Maybe it's more than 2, but either way, get a couple levels for the jewelry box. Should probably get to 72 smithing for bolts. Yeah, I don't know what else. Slayer's gonna be slow, but we knew that. We had a state holiday today. Well, I guess it's Friday, but we celebrated it at work today. And they brought pie. And they had a big poll of what everyone's favorite pie was, and I was kind of surprised by the results. I really like cherry pie, and I thought it would be more popular than it is. I think I was one of like 2 or 3 people that responded it was my favorite. But a lot of people were like apple, which makes sense. Banana cream, I think. Also another banger. But no one put down dragon fruit pie though, and honestly, the farm boost from the dragon fruit pie, that's pretty good. Admiral's pie, that one looks like the nastiest one. Actually, I'm not sure. Temporary skill boost. Pie. A summer pie. What is in a summer pie? Is that the watermelon one? Because that one also that doesn't sound good. Watermelons and apples. Yeah. That doesn't sound particularly good. Watermelon in a pie just makes me feel like it would just be so soupy. Mushroom pie probably wouldn't be bad, honestly. Garden pie. I don't know that that sounds good either. Um, Probably not my favorite. Fish pie and Admiral pie are probably fine, even if they don't sound that great. Dragon fruit pie, not sure. Botanical pie, probably also F tier. Wild pie. I don't remember what's in a wild pie. A wild pie is a kebbit and a chompy. Oh, that's probably a banger. And the last pie is... Oh, no, wild pie is the last pie. Yeah, none of the pies sound like particularly good. None of the boosts. Dragon fruit pie probably sounds like the best one, and even that doesn't sound good. Why didn't they make the good pies? Like apple pie? That should be a boosting pie right there. Why don't they have cherries in RuneScape? Where are the cherries at? The cherries and the horses. Speaking of horses, my friend just got the Fosani pet at 15 KC. Disgusting. But some of the dialogue from Fosani is I'm assuming you ask Fosani about a horse. Yo, Ethan, what's up, gamer? How are you? Yeah, some of the dialogue from the Fosani pet, you ask it about a horse, and it responds with "What's a horse?" because no horses in Gielinor. So I'm doing. We're almost done with this dumb mini game. We've been at it for like a week or two, I feel like, and almost can call it quit. We're almost at 70 herblore. I can really call it quit at 69. Nice, but work's been good. Yeah, just doing good. That's not a mini game, bro. Yeah, fair. I mean, in RuneScape, that's a mini game. This game is a little grindy, but honestly, like I chose the grindiest way of playing this game though, because this is like super slow XP, but it's money efficient. And if I played any other type of account, like this account can't trade with other people, but if I could trade with other people, I would never come here. It's not worth it. I could have done this grind in like a day, easy. Maybe like a couple hours, maybe. So I kind of locked myself into this awfulness, but we're almost done. And then I can start doing bosses and all the sweet content. What are you up to? You're playing some more Overwatch? But yeah, also this is probably my least favorite mini game. This is just such a dumb mini game. This is one where you toss a show on and you do it while you're doing a show, but main account treadlocked. Might as well pick Bulbasaur to stomp the first two gyms while you're at it. Yeah, 100%. Main account treadlocked would be uh so much easier than this though. So much easier. All you got to do is solve the money problem, start flipping at the GE, and then you just bank stand at the GE for 90% of your skills. Easy game. Bro, speaking of Pokemon though, I should do some Pokemon. I've been thinking about it for a while. I have a coworker who does like challenge runs um of Pokemon. Do like Iron Kaizos and stuff. And that's some you got to be a big gamer to do that stuff. I can't remember how the rules for it work, but he was telling me, and it's gnarly. It's unforgiving. Fire Red Stream would go hard. I put the most time into that one. And Emerald, man, Emerald is sick. What a good game. But my knowledge of Emerald as like what's good is really lacking. I grew up with Emerald. But my knowledge of what's good, I played in high school. I bought a 3DS thinking I was gonna play Animal Crossing on it with some buddies, and then ended up picking Pokemon just like on a whim, and spent way too much time in English class. My teacher in English, my junior year in high school, was legally blind, so I just put my head down on my desk and play Pokemon the whole time. And then me and my buddy got really into competitive stuff on PokemonShowdown.com, and I spent a lot of time my junior year playing Pokemon Showdown, and we would breed shinies with like good IVs and natures and stats and stuff. Yeah, I got probably a little too into Pokemon that year, so my knowledge of what's good is from Gen 6. But I should go back and play through Emerald. It would be fun. Should just do a randomized run. That'd be fun. Let me look up the Iron Kaizo rules real quick. You can only use one Pokemon for battles. You may carry HM friends for field moves, but they cannot be used in combat. Pokemon that appear for the starters are randomized. And I think you have to pick the first one you see. Like you can't choose. You just get the first slot. You can't grind wild Pokemon. You can only level up. You cannot battle wild Pokemon for experience points. You can only level up by fighting trainers. It's like a crazy. It's crazy hard. I think halfway through the game, it makes you switch what Pokemon you're using as well, and you can just get completely screwed. Moves that heal and certain overpowered abilities are banned. You can only buy Pokemon or Pokeballs and repels. All other items must be found in the wild. No healing outside of battle. But you can use Pokemon centers. That would kill me. I feel like you would just get poisoned. How do you use that? How do you even win? If you get poisoned, you're just dead. Got to use your antidotes really, really efficiently then, I guess. But yeah, that just seems brutal. Got to get really lucky, maybe. He was telling me that people go hundreds of runs and don't ever get a win, so don't ever get that W. Hey, 68 herb lore. Let's go. One second. What was the... I need 50k more XP, and then we can call it, because I have enough. If I get 50k more, then everything in my looting bag will get me there. I really don't know what we do tonight. Maybe we just get... I've thought about getting gear so that I can crab more efficiently. So just like picking up a strength amulet, and I think that's really the only thing I need. Maybe we go cut gems and just chill, honestly. Although I don't really want to cut gems. Maybe we do our blessed bone shards. Should probably do that. Which means I probably shouldn't have bought the Ava's device. Because it weighs 5 kilos. Should have reserved that weight for wines. I can ditch the Dorgashun crossbow too for extra weight and space. But yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll try and clear out that inventory slot, because that's been chilling there for way too long. I can go deposit my prayer potion in the looting bag as well. I'll go to Varrock and do that. That's been sitting there for too long as well. So we'll clean up the inventory and then we'll go do bone shards. After we do this next farm run. I need to plant Haralanders. If I plant Haralanders, we could probably get the XP we need. But right now they're Aventos because I wanted to clear out an inventory slot from seeds. I didn't realize, I didn't think I would get this low on herb paste. Thought I was in the clear, but guess not. So I've been in this group chat for a while. I just like haven't done anything about it. I have no clue anyone in the group chat. And on Wednesdays they play basketball. And I've been in it for a couple months at this point, and I've just kind of ignored it. But right now I'm watching my phone blow up, and I'm like, I should really do something about being in that group chat. Because I have no clue who's in it. I should just type new phone who dis in it and have them remove me from the group chat. I blocked it once or twice and it worked for about a week, and then they kept adding new friends to the group. And I'm like, oh, this is awkward. I'm back in the group chat. but it's not super annoying because they don't text except for on Wednesdays. And I just usually I'm not paying attention to my phone when they're texting. But right now I can see it on my desk, getting notifications every now and then. I'm like, oh, what? What happened on my phone? Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday. Kind of funny, but the other day too, I had someone from my neighborhood, had a couple people come over and introduce themselves, and they were pretty cool. We got to talking, and one of them was like, "So, like, what do you like to do?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I play video games." And then we got on the subject of like running. He's like, "Oh, what games do you play?" And I'm like, "Well, uh, this is kind of hard to explain, but I hooked my treadmill up to my computer, and I run on my treadmill when I play games." And he's like, "Oh, cool! Like, that's a sweet way to run." He's like, "What games do you play while you're running?" And I'm like, "Well, mainly old school RuneScape." And he's like, "Bro, no way! I used to play the crap out of that." And so I got a neighbor who plays some RuneScape, and he's told me he hasn't booted it up in years, but maybe there's a chance that we could get him back into it. So always cool to meet people who've gamed, who know a little bit of the scape. And he said his goal when he was playing was to get Quest Cape, and he never got it. And I was like, well, it's much harder now. You should come back and do it. It's a huge flex now. Well, I mean, like, I don't know about huge flex, but it's it is an accomplishment, that's for sure. Granted, it was still an accomplishment back then, but different. DT2, I think, raised the difficulty on what quests can do quite a bit, and then I've heard Blood Moon Rise is just stuck with that. So okay, gonna turn this in, and then we'll go to Farming Guild for our herb run. I think the thing's glitched, right? Because I don't think I don't think we went to Farming Guild first. Did we do Fally first? Maybe we did do Farming Guild first. I don't remember. Aventos. Aventos are going to be pretty annoying to get the secondaries for. I don't remember how I can. I'm hoping I can just reclaim one of the staffs from like Purdue or something, so I don't have to go make a new sickle, because that would just kind of be annoying. Okay, let's go Valley next. Hopefully that one's done. It's not done. Unfortunate. We got 7 minutes left on it. Maybe now is the time to get some of this snape grass picked. I've got like another 80 that I need. So we'll go do snape grass really quick while we're waiting. How much quorum do we have? 57, so I do need some limperts as well. Also for mushrooms, we can go Vidian. Oh, for the wines. Yeah, we could do group. I guess we could do masses at Vidian, huh? He drops 100 noted when he does. That would be sick. Okay, I'm gonna stop the treadmill here for just a second. I'm gonna go fill up the water bottle, and then by the time we are done with the water bottle, should be gives me fungi too. Ooh, let's see how many I need. Avento, 100. Yeah, I do need 100. We could do Vedian, but definitely not geared for it. So, it's really not that bad. It's like 5-6 trips right now. I'm sure as I go though, we'll want to be doing Vedian for it. You need D-Mace and monk robes. Yeah. Yeah. And then I need to death pile, right? We could do a couple runs and then I'll reset the death pile. That's the hard part. Like, I can't bring anything valuable with me. I'd need to empty my looting bag of everything I don't want to risk, which isn't a lot right now. The prayer potions is the biggest thing. If I drop like 400 renars, that would suck. That would just absolutely suck. So anyway, I'm gonna go fill up my water bottle, make sure it's topped off, and then I'll be right back. Statsby, I forgot. One when we were talking about Pokemon earlier. I actually have a display box right here that I was gonna set up behind the camera of Pokemon XY. So when we get ourselves a nice shelf set up, we'll put a whole bunch of crap back here. Make the stream look a little nicer. Put some cool stuff up in the background. All right, we're back. Starting that treadmill back up. Started falling off Pokemon. I fell off hard after Emerald. Like I just completely stopped after Emerald. And X and Y got me back in for a little bit. Gens 1 through 4 were I did Gens 1 through 3. What even was Gen 4? I don't remember. Is that Pearl? Diamond Pearl? It's Diamond Pearl and then Black White, right? Yeah. Okay. The Goat Turtwig. Oh, Turtwig is actually baller. But yeah, I stopped playing after Gen 3 and then got back into it X and Y and went pretty crazy. That's where I learned like Pokemon's a lot deeper than people give it credit for with like just like abilities, and there's a lot more layers than I realized that there were. Gen 5 pissed me off because of the straight firefighting starter. 100%. Yeah. Can we do a different freaking, because we had what, Blaziken, then Emboar, was that who it was? And then Infernape. It was Infernape and then Emboar, wasn't it? And then they did another one with, wait, no, it wasn't a starter. I don't remember. But the Smash character that they put in, the Pokemon in Smash is another firefighting. They really like firefighting types, okay? Just gotta get over it, I guess. We already went Fally, we went Ardone, we went Farming Guild. Let's go Corund. Fire Psychic is a Gen 6 one, yeah, I think. Yeah, it's Fire Psychic. I was thinking of, I can't remember for the life of me what the name of that in the Incineroar. That's who the one they added to Smash is. That's firefighting, and he wasn't a starter. Okay, cool. He's way cooler than Emboar. Yeah, he is. But again, it's just like another firefighting that Nintendo's pushing so hard. Emboar sucked. Yeah. Was that the same one? I don't remember the starters for that one, but the Piplup, is that Piplup, Jen? Because Piplup was the Empoleon, I think. Empoleon goes hard. Okay, next to whatever else. Gen 4 is Piplup with Chimchar and Turt. Yeah, Turtwig's the goat out of all of them, and then Empoleon, and then Chimchar. Gen 5 is Snivy the Firefox. The Firefox. Gen 5 starters. 1 second. The pig. Emboar. Yep. And then Oshawott. Yeah, Oshawott not my favorite. Did they do... What's Oshawott evolve into? Oshawott evolution. Samurott? Water Dark. Okay. That's cool, I guess. But Oshawott was great in the show. I stopped watching the show around Gen 2, I think. I don't think I even made it to Gen 3 for the show. But I think I'm a little bit older than you, so yo, Stickman, what's up, gamer? We were just talking, well, not just, but we've been talking about getting you into the raids on Tuesdays that we're running. So just Bing Chilling. I've started doing crab on this account. So my combat stats are going up. I got 3 defense levels today at work. So we're making big gains. What do I need to grind to get ready for them? Honestly, probably just ranged. For the well, okay, so there's 2 options. Yeah, we do love crab. There's 2 options. There's a raid called Chambers of Zarek. Cox for short, you know, if you're a gamer. And that one has some mechanics that are kind of like not clear. On how they work. We can explain them, but they're just it's got a steeper learning curve, I think. But that one, all you need to do is train ranged. The other one that's more beginner friendly, you'd have to do some big W's in chat all around. You'd have to do some quests for. There's one called Beneath Cursed Sands, and that's a requirement for the quest. Or sorry, for the raid. How did stream go tonight? I saw you were doing some Destiny dose. We love DDs. Double D's, Destiny dose. Yeah, I hope it was good. You and Stats, we were talking about how I don't think we'll ever yeah, I'll DM you the quest line. How we might never understand Destiny. But maybe we should do a Destiny stream one of these days. Although, how expensive is Destiny nowadays? It's pretty good. We got our 3-man flawless raid done. That is sick. That's super sick. Big sad that herb patch dies, but it's okay. Wait, I need those still. Okay, Beneath Cursed Sands is the questland. I will send that to you. On sale, everything is $27. All right. Maybe we run you through some raids, and then you run us through some raids. I don't know if StatsSpeed would be willing, but I wonder how hard it would be to do a treadmill plugin for Destiny. All right, I have sent you the name of the quest line that you need to do. But it's a little bit of a harder one. I feel like Beneath Cursed Sands kicked my butt the first time I did it. But It's on sale on Steam right now, I'm pretty sure. Alrighty, alrighty. Maybe I'll go check it post-stream and see what we can... I'm going to mark the message I sent to you as unread to remind myself. To go peep the Destiny 2 prices. I played a little bit, so I have some of it, but I just didn't stick with it. Kind of bounced off of it. Didn't really have any friends that were gaming with it, so I just didn't stick with it. But here I am playing RuneScape alone, like a nerd. I guess I'm not alone, right? We got chat, but... Didn't have any friends that... I guess my friend got me into the game and then left, but... Honestly, endgame D2 is so much fun, and you have to push through so much mid. Fair. I feel like that's how RuneScape is. Relatable, honestly. We're running low on teletabs, but luckily we're coming down to the end of... I'll have to make some more, but shouldn't be too bad. Lowman and competing for top 100 day one raids is the best. What is Lowman? Please explain to me like I'm 5 what Lowman is. Explain to me like I'm a crayon eating titan. Because that's probably what I would play. I actually don't know what I would play. That's the only Destiny 2 meme I know. Please don't judge me. When I did play for a little bit, I played a Titan, and my buddy made fun of me for being a crayon-eating Titan, and he was really big into cosmetics. Lowmans are doing them with 1 to 3. Ah, awesome. That's like that's the high-tier content here, too, is single man raid. But my buddy was super big into cosmetics, and he'd always send me screenshots. He was unemployed and just played games all day. Still is, I think. But definitely had some mental disability there and was on disability. But he would just send me screenshots all day of like, do you like this color outfit or this color? Do you like this helmet or this helmet? And was always in love with how his character looked. And so one day I just logged in. He had made fun of me for being a crayon-eating Titan the day before, and I logged in with every single one of my pieces a different color and just the ugliest outfit I could. And he's like, "No, you can't do that." And I'm like, "Bro, I just took a crayon and ate it, and like I colored one piece of my armor, and then before I could get to the next piece, I just ate it." But it drove him up the wall, and I thought it was so funny. Ugly drip is best rip. Sometimes 100%. The fashion wars go hard sometime. Guild Wars 3 is coming out in a while. I think like closed beta is at the end of next year. But I feel like that was the game that at the very like got cosmetics down so good. Like it was ahead of its time for cosmetics. With how you could recolor and reskin and do a whole bunch of stuff. Retexture, you could kind of retexture stuff, which was cool. Okay, let's go LMS, store crap in our looting bag. And then I think we'll clean out the inventory and go do... Wait, before we go to LMS, let me go to Varrock. I can probably drop these limpwort seeds. I don't need them. I need to hop on Guild Wars 2 to get ready. It was a fun game. But for some reason, I think it has to do with how horizontal progression in that game works. It just doesn't do it quite as good as RuneScape. And so you get to the end, and I'm kind of like, well, what do I do? The raids didn't really have a draw to me because I already had good gear, if that makes sense. Like, there was no incentive to go into the raids. And I don't mind, like, doing a raid for fun, but it's really nice when the raid does have a little bit of an incentive, right? You can get gear or whatever. And I didn't want to do it just for money. Like, I was fine with how my cosmetics looked. So that kind of killed it for me. It was a little sad, but okay, now we can go to LMS. I can drop my limpworts to get rid of those. I'll drop the crossbow. Oh, I apparently can't rearrange my inventory while I'm doing this. Okay, I'll be patient. Just teleport. Okay, now we can go. Store everything in the looting bag. Drop the limpwort seeds. What else can I get rid of? The Avas. I can get rid of the Arty Cloak. That's a pretty empty inventory. I can drop the Ectophile. Maybe I get rid of the Bone Bolts. It would feel bad to drop 4K, but how much were they worth? It's probably worth it to drop them. I don't know. They don't weigh any weight. I don't think I'll get... I'll keep the Ectophile too. If I need to drop the Ectophile, we can. But I don't think my inventory will fill up with weight. We'll fill up with wines before we hit the weight threshold. I'll put on the backpack and carry a little bit of weight, but I don't want to carry too much. But yeah, that was my problem with Guild Wars 2 was it didn't quite do horizontal progression the same as RuneScape does. It definitely had grinds. It definitely had cool stuff to do. I just the PvPs actually I feel like where Guild Wars shines. And I didn't want to do that alone, and I didn't have anyone to do that with. So I just didn't stick with it. If I had a 5-man PvP team for Guild Wars 2, that would have been really fun. I could have really gotten into that, I think. But it's okay. Maybe Guild Wars 3 will be it. Honestly, Guild Wars 2 was fun. I put quite a bit of time into it. At the time, it was more. I had more hours in it than any of my Steam games. Now Dota 2 has definitely surpassed that, but I think Dota 2 is. I'm at 1,100 hours, 1,200 hours in Dota 2. And then Sid Meier's Civilization 6 is number 2 at a third of that. And Dota is not even close to my RuneScape time. Got 77 days, 78 days on this account. I hope no game ever passes D2 for me. I'm scared. Do you know how much time you have in D2? I probably have close to 300 days on all my RuneScape accounts across like seasonal game modes and whatnot. Granted, a lot of that's AFK time, so it's a little different, but still. D2 is over 1,300. How many days is that? 1 second, we're calculating. Or sorry, 13,000. A bit is AFK, but not enough. Yeah, I know how that goes. 540 days. Okay, a respectable amount. Yeah, that's pretty good. How long did you play it? Because I just realized I probably have 300 hours in RuneScape, and I've only been playing it for 3 years, and that is a little sad. I think that's pretty bad. Okay, 4 kilos. This is perfect. Okay, let me stop the treadmill and toss the backpack on. Since 2018. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should feel a little bit worse about my degenerate RuneScape time then. Because I have 78 days on this account in the last year. And I don't know how much I have on my other account, but probably quite a bit. $8,900 hours in activities. Okay. Yeah, that's a good amount. But again, like I said, a lot of RuneScape is AFK while I'm working, so. I'm probably like a third of my time is I would say more than that. Maybe like half my time is AFK. I don't know. It's hard to judge. But yeah, that's a good amount of time. Congratulations. Antidote Plus. I can do Antidote Plus now. Good thing I'm never doing that. If I need antidotes, I will kill Zulrah for them or something. Cool. My work was talking. I was talking with people at work today, and they're flying some people out in like a month. They're flying in everyone from out of town, and we're gonna do like a week of just kind of hanging out and partying, kind of. 153 days on my iron, 309 on my main, since you started in 2020. Yo, okay. On to another 13,000 RuneScape. Let's go! We gotta get you Zuckhelm. If you can do Zuckhelm, then you're a gamer, but also that's a solid 13,000 hour goal, I feel like. How many hours to get Zuckhelm? OSRS. 500 to 1,500 hours, but that's not an accurate representation of how long it takes. Completing every Grandmaster combat achievement takes that, but getting your account to that sub 65-minute Inferno and sub 16-minute Coliseum completions. What? Sub 16 Coliseum? That's crazy. What? People do that? I'm not familiar enough with Coliseum. 16-minute Coliseum is Chad. But yeah, you also have to get like the mega rares. Raids 4's coming out soon too, right? Isn't that in like a couple months? 3 months, maybe? 2 months? I wonder when that actually is going to come out. But yeah, Raids 4, maybe this account will be ready. No, there's no shot this account's ready for Raids 4 day one. It'd be cool, but we'll probably do that on the other account. I need a good crush weapon, so maybe I should do Maggot King on the other account. Do not have a good crush weapon. Bone shards are so good for AFK prayer XP. I shouldn't say so good, but on your way to 99 mining, if you have that as a goal, they're pretty darn good. All right, time to go get more wines. So there's a Stick, if you're still in chat, there's a challenge called the Inferno in this game, and what range should I aim to hit for raids? At least 61. That gets you access to a rune crossbow. But I mean, the higher the better. I would say like mid 75s. It'll be a little different because I'll run the raid with you. So if you don't do a ton of damage and you just learn the mechanics, that's fine. But if you were soloing it, you'd probably want like 80. But honestly, ranged is I don't know. 80s is like a good stat, but you could start as low as 70s. And if people are like carrying you, you could do it at what 61 with the rune crossbow. Probably aim for 70 to start. Okay, sounds good. But yeah, there's a challenge in this game called the Inferno. And if you remember the boss that we were fighting named Jad, where you had to defeat one of them, in the Inferno, I think is there three Jads? There's a wave of the Inferno because it's a wave-based challenge. There's a wave with 3 Jads. Same time. Which is pretty crazy. I don't know if I should practice triple Jads before I try Inferno. Sounds spicy? Yeah. I think if you can, the really spicy thing about it is it takes so long to do, and triple Jads is like the second to last wave, I think. Yes, it's wave 68. The last wave is 69. You fight Zuck on wave 69. Coincidence? Definitely not. But yeah, if you fail at triple Jads, then you wasted like an hour and a half of your life just to get to triple Jads and not even get to the final boss. So that kind of sucks. Let's see what one extra wine gets me weight-wise. 6 kilos. We're not doing that, unfortunately. But yeah, Inferno's pretty hard. I haven't tried too much of it. I don't even know if I've actually tried it once on main game. I've done it in leagues, but I don't know if I've done it on the main game. So, pretty hard. And Coliseum is another challenge, another wave-based one. I have not gotten far on Coliseum. I think there's 11 waves, 12. I think you fight the boss on wave 12. Yes. So 11 waves, then the boss. And I've only got to like wave 8, maybe. but I haven't tried too much. There's a couple items I'm missing on that account before I really wanted to try it. One of them is a prayer upgrade. Don't worry, you'll just be able to buy that because you're not an Iron Man. But these two prayer upgrades are pretty important. Okay. Oh, I was talking. I get sidetracked like way too easy. I was talking about how they're gonna fly people out for work, in like a couple months, and do like a week of fun. And they were talking. There was a talk of playing a couple games while people are out here. One of them is Mecha Chameleon because that would be a fun that would be a fun party game as like with all your coworkers. But there was another one that I was kind of intrigued to look at. It's called 33 Immortals, and it's a roguelike game that just tosses you in with 32 other people. Like it's a 33 people co-op roguelike. And that sounds so fun. I think you basically are a raid group and you have to get through a raid. And that sounds so fun. Mecha Chameleon is peak. I haven't played it yet. And I probably should. But there's 78 prayer. Yeah, I haven't played it. It's on my radar, but it's essentially just another prop hunt game, right? Which is it's just fine. Like the good prop hunt games are fun. They're great party games. There's a reason why they've been around for so long and why they're so popular. And some of the clips for it are just amazing. Saw one where someone painted him, like he hid next to the Mona Lisa and was painting himself. Also, there's a RuneScape map, so collab mecha stream. Yo, actually, that would be fun. We should plan that. We could do. We could all get on and stream Mecha Chameleon just for fun one day. Nothing serious, but just for funsies. We should plan it. Um, I'm not free this weekend, but maybe next weekend if you guys are free. It's got to be super cheap, right? $6, yeah, way cheap. And then Destiny 2. I was gonna look up how much Destiny 2 is right now. Destiny 2. $21 for the all of Destiny 2. Yeah, that's actually crazy. And I'm sure I already have some of it. View my cart for my account. Yeah. $21 for all of the Destiny. Yeah, $5 for Mecha Chameleon. I remember a big reason I didn't get into Destiny 2 was because I felt like there was such a big paywall in order to even get into the game. $21 is like super doable. The pricing was like if you started playing Destiny 2 when it came out and you just kind of stuck with it, it'd be fine, right? Like you buy an update every now and then. But getting new people into it was like, okay, so Destiny 2's free, but also you can't play Destiny 2 if you want to play for free. You have to spend like $150. So, yeah. They improved it a lot. Now, if you own the yearly expansion, you own the dungeons as well. Okay. But yeah, it was they used to ask an extra 20 a year for those on top of the expansions. Yeah, that's crazy. It was intimidating, right? Because like, what if I spend $200 and I don't actually like the game? But and I'm not a big shooter person in general. Like I enjoy team-based shooters, and I do like MMOs. So then the seasons you bought, then it was monetized with cosmetics. Yeah, which I mean, like, good for them. Get the bag, I guess, for the people who want to fish it out. But uh, I just wasn't sure as a new player. No more paid seasons. Yeah, that's super nice. Dang it, I freaking drank one of the wines. We getting tipsy? Nah, screw them. Fair. Honestly, fair. If they did something good with the money, it would have been nice. But, Marathon is, they blew all the money on other games and killed their own moneymaker. Yeah, I feel like, so I don't know how much Magic the Gathering you played. I don't know. I don't even know that I can say that about Magic the Gathering. So Magic the Gathering pisses me off because I feel like it's not Magic anymore. It's gotten in Fortnite-ified. The Fortnite-ification of Magic has gone crazy. I feel like they're just selling out. And to me, it feels like Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, killed their one moneymaker. But because it's very different. 7 sets in the last year. Yeah, welcome in, Ryu. Yeah, it just, I don't know. It's hard to describe because I have so much passion, so much anger about this. But Magic used to release like a certain amount of sets every year. It was like what, 100% of the profit. MTG made 107% of the profit of Hasbro last year. That's crazy. But they had a certain amount of sets every year. I think it was like 4, maybe 5. And then now they're just pumping them out every 2 months. So they feel cheap. They don't feel like a nice constructed piece of product. And then they're just slapping like, oh, I can play my Spider-Man card, but you can cancel it with your SpongeBob card. And then I can, I don't know. It's just like use my Stewie from Family Guy card to smack your. It's just feels awful. And I'm like, surely people aren't going to keep buying Magic cards, right? Like after they're very clearly milking it for all it's worth. They've like raised prices and changed how packs work. And I'm going to use my Italian brain rot card. I bet there actually is one. I'm going to Google it right now. But yeah, it feels like surely people aren't going to buy this, right? And then they release it and it's like, we just made record sales. And I'm like, how are people paying for this? So it just kind of feels like it lost its soul for the bag, So it's sad, but they keep power creeping it. Yeah. There was a VV from Final Fantasy broke standard. I think it broke every format, didn't it? And then there was a, sorry, 1 second. Let me click through this and then I'll look up the card that I'm thinking about. There was a 2-drop green card that like couldn't be countered, and then when it was out, counter spells like couldn't be played, and it just had amazing stats. And the moment I saw that card, I was like, oh, Magic is like super dead. It's on its way out. The spell can't be countered. MTG 2-drop green. Frenzied Baloth. That's the card. So for 2 green mana, it's a 3/2. That's like not that good. But it can't be countered. That's decent. I mean, like, that's not anything by itself. It has trample and haste. Ooh, now we're talking. Now we're getting into like playable territory, maybe, depending on your deck. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Oh, excuse me? And combat damage can't be prevented. It does all that for 2 mana? Sign me up, boss. I remember when what is it? Garruk's Companion was a card, and it was like not terrible. Let me look up what that card is. Garruk's Companion was a 3/2 with trample for 2 green mana. It didn't have haste. It got countered. Spiderpunk and Hexing Squelcher are even better. I honestly haven't. Let me look them up. Spiderpunk MTG. I haven't paid attention to stuff lately. Okay, 1 in a red for a 2/1. Cool. It has Riot. Enters with a 1/1 counter or haste. Okay, so you get a 3/2 or a 2/1 with haste. Other spiders you control have Riot. What? Okay, spells and abilities can't be countered. What? And abilities, damage can't be prevented. What? That card's crazy. Hexing Squelcher. MTG. The spell can't be countered. Why are they doing this? There's so many that just can't, like, this must feel so bad for control players now. Spells you control can't be countered. Okay, yeah, that turns off. What is this card? Spells you control can't be. It has ward. And other creatures you control have. That card's cracked. That card is stupid and I hate it. People are still playing Magic? A 2/2 for 2 that can't be countered and has ward, pay 2 life, and gives other spells you control. That's crazy. Mark Roseweiser had been designing cards for Commander. 100%. And Commander's not where I'm at, honestly. And that's one reason for the power creep. Yeah, they've been designing cards for Commander for a long time. They don't think about like 4-offs of a single card in a deck anymore. Imagine playing Modern with Hexing Squelcher. That's just crazy. It's a $22 card. Yeah. And it's legal in every format except Pauper and Penny. Okay. I'm sure it gets played quite a bit. I don't know how to check, but the spell can't be countered. What? That's crazy. Okay, in 20-ish minutes, 30-ish minutes, we can do one more herb run before I sign off for the night. And then we'll do one when we start stream tomorrow, and we should have enough XP to get us where we need. We only need 40k XP to get what we're doing. Johnny, I challenge you to a race. You're going to challenge me to a race? Bro, you can't pop in at end of stream and challenge me to one. Where are we going? Where are we racing? Also, welcome back, by the way. First, I need to get a treadmill and a standing desk, I guess. Let's go! Let's go! Let me link you the one I have. I don't get sponsored by them, but I do think it's good. This is the, I'll paste it in YouTube chat, but that's the one I use. It's pretty nice except for the beeping. So I've been meaning to take mine apart for a while and cut the beeper and then just wrap the cords in electrical tape. But I have not done so yet. And it's honestly not terribly loud. It's a little annoying, but also I feel like I'm like kind of not I took a 2-week break, right? And it's definitely showing in the stream numbers and it's definitely showing in my health. Like, dude, I walked like I ran 4 miles yesterday and I'm dead. And I used to be able to run, I used to be able to run 5 miles a day every day of the week and just be fine. I was tired, sure, but okay. We've gone through only like a third of our, the rest can be good. True. I'm a little upset about the momentum for this stream. We were averaging like 2 to 3 times as many viewers before I took the break as we are now, which is fine, but so I'm a little more upset about that. I know I can get back to running 5 a day if I want to, but just it'll take time. So I think with these blessed bone shards, this will get us to 80 prayer, which is, sorry, not blessed bone shards, sunfire splinters. It'll get us to 80 prayer. Lumbridge to Yanil. Okay. Do we have a set path? No teleports, I'm guessing. No teleports, correct. No set path. Look up the distance project. Same rules as the distance project. I don't know what the distance project is. 1 second. The distance project. We could race, though. The distance project. I will take a look at it later. Post stream, I'll take a peek. I have the tab open. But yeah, we could do a race. I'm sure being on the treadmill will affect the speed that I will be able to get where I'm going, for sure. But the speed project. Okay. I'll pull that open. Speed. I am speed. I need my Lightning McQueen Crocs before we do that. The speed project. 340 mile relay. Yo, what? LA to Vegas, no set path. Whoever does it first wins. They do it in a relay teams. We are solo runners. Oh boy. Lumbridge to Yanil. Can I pull someone in? Let's do a relay on RuneScape. RuneScape relay race. Let's go. I don't know who I'll pull in. Stickman, how are you on the treadmill? He doesn't know where we're going, though. Statsby, how are you on the treadmill? LOL, good one. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you even know how to get from Lumbridge to Yanil, so you know, but We got like 7 more trips. Not good, Lamau. We got 7 more trips to finish off our bone shards, which is quite a bit, but gotta get that XP. We've gained 150k prayer XP on stream today. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, for that race, I'll bust out my Lightning McQueen Crocs and I'll race in my Lightning McQueen Crocs. That would be awful. Would it be funny though? Absolutely. And sometimes you got to do it just for the content, just for the bit. Just do it for the bit. You won't regret it later. No, never. I thought though when I filled up the pool in my basement at the last place I was at, I would regret it. But no, it was pretty cool. I regretted it for about 12 hours. And then it wasn't so bad. Draining the pool was hard, but might be interested in pre-modern format in MTG. Pre-modern? Yeah, the problem is like while I'm interested, I don't know. Magic is kind of just hard for me anymore. Cubes are fun still. But yeah. So for my what was it? My mile 800.85, which if you type it in on a calculator, spells boobs. We're cultured here. For that mile, I did a hot tub treadmill stream. It's clipped on my Twitch if you want to watch it, but I was making fun of the people who do like hot tub streams on Twitch, and I just jumped into a pool. I hit that mile. We dropped a whole bunch of milk for Neve because it's funny, and then I jumped into a pool. But I was like in a basement, and I filled up a 10-foot long pool and jumped into it. So it was funny for the bit, but like it was a lot of water to drain from my basement. I was able to siphon some of it out, but the last about foot of water I just had to bucket out. So it was quite painful. But it was fun. Leave it. Permanent pool bonus. Yeah. Permanent pool. Let's go. Use bucket on pool. LOL. Yeah, but it was like 500 buckets, and I was treadmill locked IRL. Kind of. I was walk locked IRL and weight locked IRL. So same restrictions on this account as I had just in real life, and it was awful. How are you doing though, Ryu? It's been a bit, I feel like. It probably hasn't been that long, but I hope you're doing good. Yo, I didn't realize this. This is stained glass. I thought this was a solid wall. Sometimes RuneScape is pretty. And this is a pretty spot. I wonder what it would look like with roofs on. Because that's playing with roofs on brings certainly a different charm. Just did Maga King and got spooned. Let's go. Gamer moment. What'd you get? Look at this person. They're also not running. I feel weird. Oh, never mind. They just started running. 2 tiles away from the pool. Maga King has me worried. I feel like if I do Maga King, I'll be exposed. 2 of the Fangs under 300 KC. Yo, that's big money. But I feel like once we start getting into the hard content, I'll be exposed as a not a true gamer. I'm not good enough. I'm kind of worried, honestly. I mean, I can do CG on the treadmill, but D2? Could I do Leviathan on the treadmill? Mag King will be fine. The last dragon fight will be rough on the treadmill. Yeah. Leviathan on the treadmill, I'm worried about. Vard on the treadmill, I'm a little worried about. Although at least with Vard Dorvis, I don't have to do any switches. Same with Leviathan. Leviathan will be hard, though. Leviathan's going to be very hard. Worried for that one. Whisper is also going to be hard. Duke is going to be fine. Duke is an easy peasy boss, but all the other ones, the D2 bosses have me worried. Are there any other bosses that have me worried? CG has me worried just because of the time it's going to take. Araxor is probably going to be fine. I'm not worried about Araxor. The Quest Whisperer, I only had Trident of the Sea. It was rough. Yeah, that would be a little rough. What else am I worried about? Leviathan, I'm not too worried about. Zulrah is going to be annoying, but it should be fine. Vorkath's going to be easy. Nightmare is going to be hard. Yeah, I'm carrying weight, but so I've been leaving it on. Heart rate plugin isn't showing. I bet it died. I think it died. It's definitely dead. Unfortunate. I forgot to charge it over the last 2 nights, so. Rip. It's okay. We're just kind of walking. Thanks for the heads up, though. But yeah, we're carrying weight because we are... Too many fans flooding my DMs. Yeah. We're carrying weight because we're walking back and forth from an altar. We're kind of just big chilling today. I didn't plan super well on some stuff, so I'm not doing exactly what I wanted to be doing, but I am doing something that I need to get done. But we're getting some steps in. We're getting some miles in. We're chatting. I need to fill up my inventory with wines, and then I can like sacrifice these little bone shards at an altar. For prayer experience. It's pretty good prayer experience, but when I fill up my inventory with wines, it gets heavy. So until I bless it, it's weird. When you bless it, it goes to like super light. Private is off. I think I turned it off because I was in the wildy at one point and I just haven't turned it back on. So right here, we have 4 kilos from wines. Dang it, I just drank one. Oh, I could just like... I could have dropped my ectophile and my bone bolts. I'm just realizing now when I add the sunfire splinters to the wines, it takes the... Maybe I just don't need to carry it. I thought I had to bless it before the weight got reduced, but no, I don't. Chats aren't showing up? Those were showing up earlier. Tragic, dude. Everything's just broken. Sorry, coming with all the problems. No, it's good that you mention it. Because no one mentioned it. I know, are YouTube ones showing up? No, they're not. 1 second. I think I can fix it pretty easy. Refresh. Maybe now. Nothing's showing up on stream. There we go. We got it fixed. Okay, now maybe Twitch chat. There we go. There we go. Easy fix. So, not too bad. Thanks for the heads up. I got it working, or I thought I had got it working, but apparently I did not. So, I need to create a checklist of stuff to check before stream because it's kind of ridiculous how much stuff I have to actually check. Because I have to get the treadmill working, I have to get the heart monitor working, I have to boot up my little local server that hosts the chat. Then I have to check that it's connected both on YouTube and Twitch. There's just like a lot of small things. And if I never turn off my computer, then it's fine. So that's the strat. Just don't turn off your computer. So just let that baby cruise. Lady Red. I have a graphics card for you. You just live forever far away. I don't know when I can get it to you. I've actually been meaning to buy one. I have a friend who works at PC Laptop. I have a friend who works at PC Laptops who, when people bring in trade-ins, he can buy it at a discount. So I might... Let me DM him, but... Okay, 1 second. But I won't say no, because I'm looking for two. I think I want to build my wife a PC for her birthday. Might be pretty expensive, but I think she deserves it. So she's been rocking an old laptop for a while now, and it can't play the newer games that she wants to play. Subnautica 2, just no. And what's the other one? Grounded 2 is one that she's been wanting to play through, and it won't do that. The Oblivion remaster won't play through that. So I think it's time to get her her own desktop. So a 2070 Super. I think did I say I had a 2060? I can't remember now. So whoopsie. We're smacking this guy. Dead. Yeah, I could drive down on Fridays. I game in Sandy. We go to my parents' place for D&D since I can no longer host. So I could stop by sometime. It would be a good upgrade for me. Yeah, that'd be cool. Typically it's a couple of us. So, it's fun. Fridays for the boys and Sundays for the family. So that's why it's typically my break days. I need to drink up. I have not been staying hydrated as much as I should. Anyway, how are you doing, Raptor? What have you been gaming lately? Have you seen the MTG Hobbit spoilers? You know, we were actually just talking about MTG. Someone mentioned, what were the 2 cards? I thought I had one pulled up still. Hexing Squelcher. Have you seen that card? Absolutely crazy. Every time I look at Magic, I'm like, surely they couldn't power creep it more. And then they do. What's with the Hobbit spoilers? Let me take a peek. Any cards that I should look at in particular? MTG spoiler. Let's take a peek. Saruman of many colors. Hold up. He wasn't Saruman of many colors in The Hobbit yet. What the heck is that ward? I did know about Hexing Squelcher, but The Hobbit looks cool. They're printing Aragorn? Wait, what do you mean they're printing Aragorn? Aragorn. The Uniter? The One Ring is getting a reprint? Yo, what? Yeah, same with Saruman of many colors. And Andoril. Why is Andoril in here? There's a lot of things that are in here that... Saruman of many colors, the Palantir of Orthanc. I mean, like, I guess, right? They need to fill it out, but One Ring is getting a reprint is crazy. They might just be reprints to help the market. I mean, I guess. I don't know that Andoril is, right? Cavern Horde Dragon. So why is that not Smog? Do they not have like rights to a lot of this stuff? I wonder if they can't call it Smog for legal reasons. But they have access to like Aragorn? That seems weird. The One Ring is like $100 right now. That's crazy. Reprint Mox Opal. Why can't Mox Opal be a reprint for the Arkenstone or something? Mount Doom. Orchrist the Goblin Cleaver. That's sick. 2/2 and has trample. A creature deals damage to a player. Choose a creature type. Create a treasure type for each creature of that type you control. Cool. There is Smog. That generic dragon is a commander's staple reprint. Gotcha. But like they can call it Smog. Like they do that so much where they call it a different thing and then have the true card name underneath it. Why don't you do that? I don't know, small nitpick, I guess. Minas Morgul, the Dark Fortress. The Mountain King's Return. Another Andoril card. 2 Andorils in the Hobbit set. What is this? Witch King, Bringer of Ruin. Again, doesn't really make sense. Probably a reprint. Beorn the Fierce. That's pretty cool. The spoiler for the Goblin King is good. Goblin King? Say no more. Goblin D's? The Great Goblin? Is that what it is? Goblin Noble. Whenever you put one or more counters on a Goblin, Orc, or Army, it deals 2 damage to target opponent. Okay. You know what? He be Goblin? These nuts. Whenever another Goblin, Orc, or Army you control dies, exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of the turn? What? They go crazy with unique legendary creatures in the crossover sets. Yeah, yeah. They have like 6 Iron Man characters. Didn't they have like 57 Spider-Man? I think I remember hearing somewhere that they had 57 different Spider-Man. Like 1 in every 3 cards or something was a Spider-Man card in that set. Like not... Like it was a Spider-Man card, but it was specifically a Spider-Man, if that makes sense. Having so many legendary creatures makes limited worse. Yeah, but they're just thinking about Commander. We talked about this earlier on stream. Ryu was talking about it. I mentioned how Hasbro's killing Magic, and it just kind of hurts. And we started talking about it. So Magic is so cool, and it holds such a special spot in my heart. But the new stuff is just crazy. And I'm sure you could build a cool like cube with a lot of it, but Aragorn and Arwen wed. Killing Magic but making more money than ever before. Yeah, I know. And that's the hard part for me. Like, it feels like they're killing it, but they are just raking in money. So I don't know. I don't know. It seems weird to me. I mentioned how I feel like they're printing stuff, and I'm like, surely no one will buy this though, right? And then I see the article, Magic is making more money than ever. They ran out of Spider-Mans. The set sold so poorly that the scalpers went back to Pokemon. Ooh. The Shire is a cool card. Rivendell, that's a reprint. Long Lost Lances. Okay. Dragon Cursed Halls, that's cool. Artifact equipment. So the Long Lost Lances, equip creature gets plus 2/0. During your turn, creatures you control have first strike and vigilance. What? You don't need to equip it for that. It's just during your turn, creatures you control that are equipped have first strike and vigilance. But you don't need to equip it for that. There's at least 3 Universe sets announced for next year, though. Yay! 3 Inverse. Sorry, I thought you said Universes Beyond. I was like, yeah, of course there's already 3 announced. We're not even there yet. But Smog the Impenetrable. Ooh. Flying, Indestructible, and Haste. Whenever he's dealt combat damage, create that many treasure tokens. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yo, the Flame of Arnor art goes so hard, though. That is a sick card art. Bilbo Burglaring. That's a pretty cool card. Yeah, there's some cool cards in here for sure. But I'm going to take this backpack off. Now that I know I can just crush the shards and reduce the weight of the wine, it doesn't really matter. So Galadriel's dismissal. Yo, the dwarven warriors in the dwarven text though, that's pretty cool. I might be able to struggle my way through it if I sat down and read it. Me and a buddy in high school used to write notes to each other in Dwarvish, but it wasn't. I guess this isn't Moria Dwarvish, so maybe I could struggle my way through it. I don't know. They have a card for Bolg. That's pretty sweet. Sting. They have a card for Sting. Gandalf Goblin Bane. That's pretty cool. Bard the Bowman. Bifer. Do they have one for each of the dwarves? Please tell me they do. Thranduil, Queen of Dale, Lonely Mountain. Looks like they do have one for each of the dwarves. So that's pretty cool. When this artifact enters, you can gain mana for each food you control. That's crazy. Sauron the Dark Lord. Pretty sure that's also a reprint. There's a One Ring. Tom Bombadil. Interesting that they labeled him as a god bard type. It makes sense, but pretty interesting. There's the Arkenstone. Cool. Smog the Magnificent. Riddles in the Dark. The art for that card goes pretty sweet. They have Tom, Bert, and Bill. That's sick. My Precious, the art on that card goes sick too. Oh, the forest art is so cool. The forest and the plains. Those are cool. Those are really cool. An Unexpected Party. What a good name for a card. That's the first chapter in The Hobbit. Do they have a Concerning Hobbits card? They don't. They should. Just two hobbits smoking the dank kush. Dang it. I drank one of the wines. But yeah, Magic is facing the problem I think Hearthstone was when it started to decline, where it was just power creep. Like at some point you can't make the cards just become ridiculous. Like they're just crazy, and the game ends in 1-2 turns. I don't know. Maybe it keeps going, and maybe the whales of Commander carry it through. I'm starting to wonder if it is even whales though at this point. I don't know. I guess I just haven't played Magic in long enough to know who the target audience is, but surely it's not kids anymore, right? But I was talking about this a while ago, and um, one of the things that I don't remember like what the exact thing that got me on this topic was, but I was talking with a buddy about how Honda sells so many more cars than a company like um, Ferrari, right? But Ferrari is worth so much less. They had a solution to power creep, standard, make the cards good, cycle out, and have weaker cards in the next rotation. Yeah, 100%. But then Arena came, and I think Arena honestly was the death of standard. Was Arena good for Magic? Hard to say. Because I think it killed standard. But I don't know. I think our herbs are done. So I'm gonna finish these 4 wines, and then we will head out to do our herb run, last herb run of the night. And I'm also gonna pick up this lit candle so I can use it to go get a new Dorgashun crossbow. And this inventory is so empty. It's really nice. I say so empty, and it's not actually that empty, but whatever. Pretty darn empty for all things considered. I just haven't needed a super empty inventory. But Reed, did you play? What's your story with Magic? What got you into it, and like um what formats did you play? I guess that's my bigger question: is what formats were your favorite? Because I was definitely a limited player. I loved limited. Drafting was my jam, but I don't know. You could definitely feel a shift towards Commander with sets. Sets aren't designed for drafting anymore, so it's an unfortunate truth of it, I guess. Like I honestly don't know why they print commons anymore. I guess for Pauper players, but again, they haven't cared about any format except um, Commander for years. My friend showed me Commander, And that was a bit of a mistake. Yeah, fair. But yeah, they I never got for a long time. There was a group that I played Commander with for a while. But Commander's so hard for a new player. Fair. Um yeah, that's honestly fair. There's too many things to keep track of. Too many players are going. Turns I feel like take way too long. Yeah, it's rough for a new player for sure. The card knowledge you have to play Commander. It's a lot for a new player. But yeah, limited was my jam. I really liked limited. Started off with penny cards, bought a whole bunch of penny cards online, and we played kitchen tabletop Magic for a couple years, and then we started getting big into draft, and that was fun. Taught my wife just 60 card starter decks, and that's fun. Yeah, that is fun. Especially when like the decks are even, right, and they're pretty mechanically simple. It's just a good game to kind of shoot the breeze with, right? Casual stuff. It's a good game. There is a reason why it got so popular, but yeah, great game. But I think the reason why I'm have fallen out of love with Magic was because Commander was never really my format. For a very short period of time, I played Commander with a good group of buddies that I found. But my problem with Commander is that you have to have the group makes or breaks Commander. Um, it's very dependent on the people you play with. So if you have a good group, it's fun. It's kind of like D&D, right? If you have a good group to play with, it's super fun. If you don't have a good group to play with, it can kind of just be painful. We're getting so close to being done with this herb lore grind. I'm so excited. Let's see. Ending experience is 737,000. That's what we need to end at. And we have 90k in the looting bag now. 90k in the looting bag. Sick. So sick. So we're only missing 30k XP. That's sweet. That's an hour of mastering mixology tomorrow, and then we got it. Maybe I should plant a couple toad flax. Oh, I've been planting Renars. Whoops. I thought I was planting Harlanders. Okay, I guess I need to plant Harlanders in the last patches. Whoopsie. That's my bad. Should have checked it, I guess. It's fine. We should be able to make it there. How much XP did we gain today? 25k? We might not be able to make it there. I'll do one more herb run off stream tonight. And then we should be good to get there tomorrow. Okay. I do think I also need to get these. While my inventory's empty, I'm going to do the snape grass. Yeah, I'm going to need like 100 more snake grass, so. I'm running out of ultra compost too, so tomorrow if I need to, in between the first herb run and the like, we can do an herb run right as the stream starts, and then we can do one. We can do one when stream starts. Do a couple chores. I want to finish off these bone shards. Want to make more telly tablets. And then we can do another herb run and go to Huge. Was wondering if you're done with herb. We're super close. Super close. Probably count the number of herb runs left on one hand, which is exciting. I was worried this would take me like herb in and of itself would take me about a month, and I don't know how long it took us, but it feels like it's been about that. I feel like I've been doing nothing but herb lore for a month. So we're almost free. Wonder how many herbs I'm gonna need to get to 82. I'm probably gonna do some boosting. I don't remember how to make a temporary skill boost for herb lore though. Botanical pie. What do I need for this? A Golanova fruit top. Awesome. I can boost herb lore. So at 70, what is it? 78? That's still pretty intimidating. I have to double my XP. But I can probably get a herb sack. Upgrade it from Sarachnis. And then use it for the Slayer grind. And when it gets full with an herb, I can just empty it. And that will be good passive herb XP. Don't think I'm going to waste any herbs with that. Pick up every single thing. Guam's going in the herb sack. Using everything. Can't afford to not do. But yeah, while we're doing our Slayer grind, we can work on herb and get passive XP there. So maybe it won't be as bad because I was just rushing this. So man, my snape grass patches have sucked tonight. That's not fun. Teletabs and bone shards we'll do tomorrow. Kind of annoying to have to do chores on stream, but I guess up until this point, my whole account has just been chores. So it only took me a year. Oh, ultra compost. That was the other thing I was going to do tomorrow. We need more compost, so I'll go mine some volcanic ash. That can be another chore we do. I need to make a chore list on a sticky note. Ultra compost. Teletabs. Bone shards. Bro, why am I getting like 6 snape grasses per patch? Unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Okay, Troll Stronghold's the last one. Then we'll go back to Lumbee. And get me a bone crossbow to AFK with tomorrow. But yeah, feels good. Feels really good. I've been thinking, I talked about this a little bit on stream last night, but training Dragon Slayer 2 is going to be a quest that comes up pretty early for me after SOT, I think, in order of wanting to do quests, because it will unlock Legends Guild, and Legends Guild, I think, has a lot of training methods for this account that I can use AFT, specifically for cooking and fire making. Having a bank next to where I can do a forestry bonfire or cook is really good. But again, I don't know where I get the noted logs or the food. So, but it would be nice to have, and if we discover a method to do it that way, we can just go to it. So that would be nice. We're gonna jog to our last farming patch for the night. I haven't done any running tonight. I am just tired, but snoozer mode, 100%. Honestly, I did some raids on the other account last night, still on the treadmill, and that wiped me out. Running while I was doing chambers is tough. So we only did two clears of it, but it's rough for sure. Also, how you doing, Mitz? Welcome in. Any clears are on a treadmill are tiring. True. Okay, I'm gonna go to Artie, get another cape. I know I've gotten one already today, but unfortunately dropping the Artie cape is just a thing on this account. All too common. Stream has been good today. It's okay. I definitely feel like I took a 2-week break and definitely lost some momentum there. Just with like viewers and stuff. So that's been a little hard mentally, right? Like, but we're almost done with all of the chores on the account, and here's a hydration checkpoint. And we get into the good stuff here soon. So I'm getting really excited for the account. So that's keeping motivations high, but yeah, taking the 2-week break definitely got me down a little bit, especially for running too. Like I'm not able to run as much or as far as I did even 2 weeks ago. So, but that's okay. We're still having fun, still staying healthy, and that's what matters the most. So, anything else is just icing on the cake. Cardio is something you have to really stay on top of, unfortunately. Yep. And even before we went on vacation, I was walking for a majority of the streams just because of the content we were doing. So I feel like it's really been 3 weeks since we've done a lot of running. So I'm definitely feeling it a lot more. After taking a break, I'm feeling it a lot more. I'm gonna slow down the treadmill here for a sec so I can buy stuff. Wanted to get like 5,000 more bolts. And then a crossbow. I also need to not forget my Avis device tonight. That would be tragic. But yeah, cardio is something I have to stay on top of, and I just didn't, and that's a little unfortunate. But we'll get back to it. Especially if I start doing CG. Like, once we're done with Song of the Elves, and I'm doing Corrupted Gauntlet every day, I'll get back in shape in no time. So, not too worried about it. But it is a little hit to the motivation, for sure. Ultra marathon win. Yo, how long is an ultra marathon? Most people I know would consider it 50K plus. A 50K is 31 miles. That's the first tier. 31 miles? Bro, I've done a half marathon, but that killed me. I want to do another one for sure. We were doing construction. We were doing half marathon training construction. Literal marathon stream. I think I saved the literal marathon stream for when we do Inferno. When we clear Inferno, I'm going to run a marathon. If it kills me, I will take a day off and run a marathon. But I think clearing Inferno would be sick on the treadmill. And if I clear when I clear Inferno, I think we just go for it. Take Marathon to do Inferno. Depending on how many times I die, maybe. But I don't know that I'm sending more than one Inferno attempt a day on this account, just because of how it works. Although depending on how I can do the Inferno, there might be not a terrible amount of running. We'll just have to see. I don't know how bad it will be. So we'll see. Okay, so I'll have to get back on pretty close to midnight my time for my last herb run of the day. Which kind of stinky. But if I'm ready to just hop in bed as soon as I'm done with the herb walk, we should be good. The other alternative is I just wake up super early to do an herb run before work. But I don't know if I have the willpower to do that. Maybe I do. Maybe I can lock in for it. I'll tell myself if I can get up early, I can do a... I'll try it. I'll try it. Well, do I want to? I just want to play it safe. Stay up till midnight. I need to hop worlds a couple times, unfortunately, to get the steel arrows for this, but... I feel like this is also something that I'm going to be dropping a lot. I bought one at the start of stream and definitely shouldn't have. I forget how heavy Ava's devices are. I'm sure that that's something I will become accustomed to very quickly, though. I haven't had to use them a ton, but now that I'm starting to get into using them more, we're gonna have to remember that. Thank you. Oh, that's so much better. My wife just put the fan in the door of the room. It's hot in this room, and treadmill and computer will do that, but it feels so much better. Okay, time to go crab, I guess. I do want to, maybe let's do... I'm running out of teletabs quick. Gonna go to Fally. I want to get a... Oh, I don't have the right spell book. I really should have switched spell books a while ago, honestly. I'm just gonna go crab. I wanted to get a strength amulet in case we ran out of bolts, but I don't think we'll run out of bolts in one day. We've got 9,000 to work through. So we should be good for tomorrow. Don't think I'll go through 9,000 bolts. Yeah, I can AFK some crab. If I on the off chance I do run out of bolts, I guess I can just toss the DSIM on and whoa, where did my Twitch chat go? There we go. But yeah, on the off chance I do run out of bolts, I don't think I will. I can just park right next to the crab, so I don't have to move, and slap the DSIM. I wanted a strength amulet. There's a couple quick upgrades I can do very easily that I can toss if I need the inventory space to improve my crab efficiency, my XP rates. Nezi helm. Climbing boots are like kind of not super necessary, but they would help a little. Strength amulet and Barrow's gloves. Barrow's gloves and strength amulet are the two biggest ones for sure. But Nezi helm and climbing boots, while I'm at it, I might as well. Can I purchase climbing boots from Purdue? have to go way back to. I don't think I get him from Purdue, can I? Justin Berthorpe. It's kind of out of the way. Depending on how much crab I do, it might be worth the inventory spot. I can just put my boots in the POH, but that would say goodbye to some of my weight reduction. How much would it say goodbye to? 5 kilos of weight reduction. So there's no way it's 5 kilos for the boots, right? Weight reduction. It doesn't say. Graceful boots. Oh, it links to the Varlamore one. 4 kilo weight reduction. So because of rounding and stuff, I'm sure it was because of that. Okay. Thank you for popping in, gamers. This is where I'm going to go away from treadmill for the night. And not move from this tile until tomorrow. So when crab moves, I have to world hop. Find a crab on another world. But that's okay. Crab time. Thank you for stopping in, Mitz. It means a lot. Have a good night, everybody. Gonna stop that treadmill. We went a good 8 miles tonight. So again, less than we went before the break, but still a good amount. So we'll work back up to our typical 13 or however many. Okay. See you guys tomorrow, gamers.